Hey guys, hey, it's Jake from the Meta Boys. It's Jake from the Meta Boys, and hello guys, what's up? Hey guys, I just want to tell you guys something. Okay, so I'm gonna rehash the thing I talked about like last year about my album. I'm gonna rehash a little bit, in a good way, not in a bad way, but in a good way. About my Pug album. Okay, so you guys are probably wondering, Jake from the Meta Boys, or Jake, what made you want to make this Pug album? Well, I got a lot of influences, so you're probably thinking, Jake, what's your influences to make this Pug album? I have a lot, but one of my influences, is Daughtrys Dearly Beloved. Is probably one of my biggest influences. Daughtry, he was the one that made me want to start singing in the first place. That's the guy who inspired me to sing in the first place. What was the record that I wanted to make, and what was the record, what was the record that inspired me to make my record, So I started listening to the biggest influences was the Dearly Beloved by Daughtry. Hold on. Hang on. Can you guys see it? Okay. So this is the album that really inspired me to make the Pug album. I was like, what was the record that I wanted to make? What was the record that inspired me to make my Pug album? And so I looked and I was like Daughtrys Dearly Beloved. And then I got the and there's another one, but yeah, I think the Dearly Beloved. There's one called Shock to the System. It's by Daughtry, but we're focusing on the Dearly Beloved. So that was the record that I want. That was the record that inspired me to make the Pug album. What was the record that I wanted to make? What was my influences? What was my school of singing? So I started going back to like Dearly Beloved by Daughtry. So he's one of my influences when it comes to vocals. He's one of my influences when it comes to singing. So I'm like, what was the record that I wanted to make? Because I'm free and independent. And he made his Dearly Beloved when he was independent, when he was free and independent. So he was probably thinking, what was the record that I wanted to make? So what was the record that I would enjoy? And that's why I wanted it for my album. I wanted to top to bottom everybody to listen to it and be like, they enjoy it, and they'll be like, that's Jake's influences? That's pretty cool. Never noticed that. Everybody's probably thinking, is that Jake's influences? I never noticed that was his influences. I didn't know. Huh. Didn't know that was his influences. Never noticed that he would listen to that type of music. I never would have noticed that he would have been in that type of music. That's my influences, guys. That's my influences. That's one of my influences. So I just want to let you guys know that's what inspired me to make the Pug album, was Dearly Beloved by Daughtry. So he was probably one of my biggest influences as a singer, and songwriter. He was my biggest influence as a songwriter and a singer. So that's the album I wanted to make, is the Pug album. So that's what inspired me to make it. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna get off here. Thank you guys for listening. I know it's gonna be really quick, and yeah, thank you guys for listening. I'll talk to you guys next time. See you guys. See you guys.